everyone. I don't know if that last song was for me personally from Derry, but it's what I got into music back in the day, 1978, Teenage Kicks with the Undertones. Right, well, hello, and how are you all doing? You maniacs, you crazy people! Don't you know that we're in the middle of the worst pandemic in human history? You're all going to kill yourselves! And Grandma too! Hey, can I pick up on a general theme here? We are an inclusive movement. So what are we? Inclusive. Free! I'm so proud to have been invited. I'm so proud to have been invited here today. And it's wonderful to see so many men, women and children, families gathered here. I believe this movement here will have a greater effect in uniting Catholic and Protestant in this country. And that's fantastic. We are an anti-sectarian movement. What are we? Our movement nationally and internationally is against tyranny and for the freedom of all human beings. So how the hell can we be called racists? We are inspired to see around the world, in London, in Berlin and in Dublin, people of all faiths, from all colours, from all class backgrounds, joining together as one human family to fight this most evil of forces. We are an
Sorry, we've got a surprise. We're going to delay your speech. We have the amazing Dolores Cahill here today! Hello, Belfast! Hello, Belfast! Hello, Belfast! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Hello, Belfast! Hello, my brothers and sisters! I am your sister. You are my brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here today. So my name is Dolores Cahill. And why I'm here is that I am an immunologist, a molecular biologist, but most of all I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am an aunt, and I am very honoured and proud that my experience can help in this moment, this historical year of 2020, to shine light on what is going on in Ireland and in the world. It's my privilege. So very quickly, I just want to tell you why the lockdown happened, why it was never justified, where we are now, why the 30th of September 2020 in the Houses of Parliament is a historic moment for the United Kingdom and the world, and if the lockdown is extended in the United Kingdom, what I would be recommending and supporting that you do in the United Kingdom. Okay? And in case this is videoed and you don't watch to the end, I will be saying that I would be supporting taking the members of Parliament, Matt Hancock, Priti Patel and Boris Johnson, but I have looked into it and it takes 10% in a constituency to do a recall, and that I would be supporting every constituency that between this and the 30th of September that you write to your members of Parliament. And it was my privilege to talk on Tuesday to a member of Parliament, and I said to him, you have a historic duty. Every single one of you are leaders. Every single one of you have a voice in the Houses of Parliament, whether you're in the Houses of Lords or the House of Commons. They are elected, they are paid, they get a pension, they have a duty to do an analysis, every single one of them. Every single one of them can have their own public inquiry in a hotel and invite me and the 20 other or thousands of other people in the world that are standing up against this. And if they don't, they are colluding. And what they are declaring on the 30th of September, if they extend the lockdown in the United Kingdom, every single one of those members of Parliament, I told him, do not deserve to get re-elected for 20 years. For a generation, they can hang their heads in shame. And if the lockdown is extended on the 30th of September 2020, I will be inspiring. So I'm invited on the 10th of October 2020 to Berlin to speak to 10 million people. I'm in touch with Haka. But what I will be saying for the UK on the 30th of September, I'm handing on the baton to you and everyone in the United Kingdom, that on the 30th of September 2020 is D-Day for this generation and the elderly in the care homes. It's D-Day. And if they don't do anything on the 10th of October 2020 to 10 million people in Berlin, I will be asking all the people of the world to set up freedom parties, just to have an election and a recall and a referendum on how the lockdown is handled, and to have an election before Christmas 2020 in countries in the world. And I'm now working with 30 to 35 countries around the world, and we are now looking for evidence from now for public inquiries in each country, and we're setting up a legal tribunal based on the Nuremberg Tribunal for crimes against humanity. So each one of you can write, and I will be asking as well for you to remember the elderly in the care homes, and just write a little note if it's your neighbour this week, if it's your neighbour, if it's your grandaunt, if it's your aunt, if it's your grandparents, please just write to the elderly and say we have not forgotten them. Because in Ireland they have said they are even stopping window visits. So that if you have a grandchild that has their first communion, that they are not allowed, the person in the care home, to actually even see their grandchild. That is shocking. So what we are doing is that these elderly, they built our countries. We love them. They are our family. And if you don't have children in a care home, we know you are our cousins or our aunts and uncles, our neighbours, and you deserve better. They are not prisoners. So what I'm saying, on the 30th of December 2020, everyone shine a light on your members of Parliament, and they have to vote, and it has to be published for who votes for the lockdown. And if they vote to extend the lockdown, they are voting that the elderly are confined to their rooms,